Okay, so it's 5:09, which is the area code here, on the 12th. And I'm fucking dead ass, man. That show did not get over till midnight. There's so, there's so many weird things. Fuck. Well, one thing about that show, there's a few things about that show, but it went so long, I cannot believe it. And I mean, I didn't realize while I was listening, it was going so long, but there was these girls sitting next to us, and I saw them get up and try and leave, and you know, I was getting late. I wasn't paying attention, but I'm sure there was a lot of people who were, and they didn't let them. They had to come back and sit down like that. There's so many weird things about that show. For one thing, parking. Now the comedy show has taken over the parking lot. So the parking lot used to be, I don't know, owned by one of those companies that just did the downtown parking. And now I guess it's owned by the comedy club, and they just changed the price of the parking for whatever the event is. Our parking for a couple hours was $23. When my daughter said, like, they were like, because you had to scan this thing on the with your phone and shit. And then, so her and her girlfriend were talking about it. And so I said, how much is parking? And it's $23. And I was like, you're joking. No fucking way. How could it be $23? I was carrying on and carrying on. And they said they can change it for per show. And this is considered a special event. I was like, are you motherfucking kidding me? So we had to pay more for the tickets, more than a typical comedy show. But, you know, you think you have a bigger name coming, so that they would be playing, which there's so many weird things, man. And so there was no people. Like it was it wasn't even halfway full. And so that was, I was like, whoa, I was expecting there to be more people. And then, you know, because I never go anywhere. And so I don't really know a lot about what's going on out there. And I haven't been to a comedy show. I last summer, I think. I'm trying to think, how did I go to a comedy show? Because I was only here when I would come for a few days. Like, how long ago was that I went? I don't fucking know. I'm so lost in time, I swear to God. I have a whole cup of tea to drink, so bear with me. I'm out of it. Yeah, because it wasn't even over till midnight. I didn't get home till 12:30. I didn't get to bed till 1 because the dogs go crazy. It may have been 1:30. I don't know. The dogs were like, so, whatever. I'm tired as fuck. I think I got up, it was like 4:30. It never fails. Like, so that's why I always go to bed early. Because otherwise the dogs get up and then they don't let me stay asleep. So, and this show already came after. So, the show I've been watching, Love Island, with my daughter. This is the daughter I've been watching it with. And so she, it's the last, there's one episode left. And so it's the very end. There is so much weird shit with this show. I just can't even believe how weird some of this stuff is. Like, what? I just the set. It's just intense, man. With it's the way that people treat themselves, like, and what's important, and their priorities and stuff. It's like, God, our world is weird. So fucking weird. So on this show, you know, it's supposed to be about Love Island. It's supposed to be about finding love. And the premise of this show was that they stick all these people in this resort thing. It's like a a big, ginormous Airbnb that's like huge. It's not a hotel or anything, but it's huge, like huge. And then, so they have all these couples that come, and then they have to start pairing up, and then they have to repair and stuff. And so it's about the couple, that like how they connect and how they treat each other, Hannah, and then how it goes to build their strength. And so normally on the show, it would be the strongest couple would end up winning. But I think, there's lots of people who try and like play it, and fake it to try and win. And so they have that. I think when it very first started, it wasn't so much about that. And so, and this is the USA version. There's a whole bunch of versions. The UK, I think, is the original show maker. Like, it's their show. And then all these other places, because it's such a hit, every place else was like, oh, we want one. So but in this season, all the strongest couples, they kick them off. It is the weirdest thing. And so these last four couples going into this, going to win $100,000 or whatever. And there's going to be weird things about that too. Do you want, there's 2 suitcases, do you want to take all the money, or you want to share it or something? I don't know. There's going to be weird shit about it. It's going to be, and then when you have these couples, it's like, they've all been together for like a week, and within the first 24 hours, they were having sex. So it's like so dysfunctional, man. But the one couple who everybody's in love with, they kicked off a couple last night that was the strongest couple. They've been together since the beginning of the show. They've grown so much. They had so many good conversations. They were like fan favorite, and everybody loved them. And it was the only black couple. And there's biracial couples, but this was the only black couple. And they got kicked off. And at the same time, BuzzFeed, all these places are going to be exposing their truth, because a lot of it's a progressive rag paper, whatever, that it puts out articles that would be a lot of, to direct you how to look at politics and stuff. So it's a really divisive, left-leaning, bullshit thing. But now it's like, so you have these people who follow it, but now it has become racist itself. It said a bunch of racist stuff about the black girls on there. It even said that one of them should be slapped or something. And so whatever their article, even if it's the author, well, you fucking have an editor. You're the one who put it out there. So it's obviously you're comfortable with it. So whatever. But now, you have all these, left-leaning, because their stuff is going to collapse. Everybody's is. Like, it's collapsing on all sides. It's not just like, oh, yeah, it's them. Oh, okay. You guys get over here and, like, look at yourselves, man. But the mirrors are coming. So, so you're going to keep being pushed. You're going to keep on with this magazine or this BuzzFeed, whatever you call it. I don't even know if it's just online articles. I'm not sure. It's not a newspaper that you get in the mail. So I guess it's just all online stuff. So, but showing this real racist edge over this shit. But so the strongest couple got kicked off, and before them, the other strongest couple got kicked off, and before them, the other strongest couple got kicked off. It's like the ones that are going in there and really falling in love and really seem genuine and stuff, which the other one, the last one before this one, was a black couple. And so 2 black couples, and then the other one was, let me think who they were, because they were like, Oh, because before it was they were splitting the couples up. So they had couples that were really cute that seemed really, like they liked each other so much and stuff. And then they'd kick one of them off. And then these other pairings happen, and then they're just jumping right in the sack. And then they kicked off the strongest couple because they had already made this like commitment to themselves. The other one too, they kicked off the one girl for her racist slur thing, and but she was very, like the witches were saying she's a witch, she's put a spell on him. There's a whole bunch of weird stuff about her. She was like a dark energy kind of to kind of disrupt things or something. I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff, and like a real kind of phony kind of person. And is this thing leaning by? Is it just moving? I don't know. I don't fucking know. And so, so then that split up the couple, the pairing though, but that put him into the one that, you could see. I mean, there's all these people that are doing these montages of them, and when you see this guy's face when he's with her, it's just dark and distant. His eyes look dead. And when you see him with this other girl that they got together, because they've been friends through the whole thing, it's light, it's bright, he's laughing and smiling. They're always laughing together. And they're the big favorite. And so I think they're going to win, but we'll see what's going to happen. So anyways, they so we kick off this other black couple that had in the same night I think it was the same night where they went and became exclusive. Like, we're only going to have eyes for each other, and we're going to be together when we get out of here, and making plans over how they're going to get together when they get out. And then they get kicked off that night. And then the next couple, the other black couple, so then they went and they did the same thing. They made all these plans. They said, we're exclusive, we're gonna get together when we get out of here, and all this stuff. They get cooked off that night. And then and they were like the strongest relationships, where it seemed like, oh, they really are, and that's what the show was supposed to be about. And this is what is just so weird. It's just so pushing on just sex. Okay, like, it's just, even when their parents came yesterday and they were just all like so proud. I told my daughter, I said, if you were going to show like that, please God, don't do that. So now it's down to these 4 couples that all just got together, and I don't know, the whole thing's weird. And it was very shocking over, the strongest couple that you figure like, oh, well, they'll win because, but America is voting. And the one girl who's so motherfucking dysfunctional, who needs counseling, is that Huda girl. She has a big following on TikTok. And her following are like psychos, apparently. They're going in and hacking other people's accounts. And they're doing all sorts of stuff. They're calling CPS on people. They're weird. And so they're like, and it would be the kind of people who would figure would follow her, I guess. And her video popped up on my TikTok one day, and and she was singing. And so, I mean, it's just like, okay, so she's singing. And then I went in to kind of look at her other stuff. I was like, dang, she looks so different. She uses all these filters. Well, it's like, I swear to God, she did a filter and then she took it into the plastic surgeon and said, make me look like this. And if you saw her old pictures of what she used to look like, it's way different. And she's like one of those Kim Kardashian lookalike girls. Like, oh, I'm gonna look just like that. And she is a Palestinian I think she's Palestinian or something. And like Kim and them, they're Armenian, I think. I don't know. But anyways, I think they're like a similar kind of heritage, kind of anything. But Huda went into the same thing. Just like, change my face to make me look like this. So she looks like, that template. And And so guys that like that Kim Kardashian look, this is what this girl looks like. And but when I went on to look at her other stuff to see, like, am I misjudging this girl? Like, because I wouldn't date her, like, not a million fucking years. Like, Jesus, she's so toxic. And so she's the vacuum cleaner, fucking energetic sucker. Like, she'll suck the fucking life out of you, dude. And it's all about her, and she needs this, and she needs that, and you're not doing it. Somebody did something. It's like you say, oh, I'm gonna go over here. You don't like me? It's like, well, it's so weird. She's just so fragile, and so, but her fragility is your fault. If you would just do this, if you would just do that, if you could just do this, I'd be fine. Okay, check. So, anyways, she annoys me. But I went on to her thing, and it's like this one of those accounts just lip syncing and all that kind of stuff. And then, but her people think she's the best singer in the whole wide world, and they like, they're online saying she should have a show. Peacock should be giving her a show. She's the best singer in the whole wide world and stuff. It's like obsession, people. Like, god dang, talk about idol worship. So she's got like 2 million followers or something, which is weird because the guy who got kicked off last night, he is a professional dancer, and he had under 2 million followers, but he still had a high amount. But I think his people aren't the same. It seems to me like that the producers decided to keep her because they want to keep her fan base. They want to keep the drama or something. It's weird. If they make her win, there would probably be riots in the street. But the people will hunt them down. No, because it's mostly her people are so crazy. But the people will, there will be a flipping in the energy, 100%. And so, and there's no telling at this point what will happen because the energy is so fucking weird, and it is turning. I keep feeling like, man, the ground is moving. Like, things are like, there's something happening, and like a rumbling or something. And every map I see, my area is on it. And I swear to God, some of these maps, I saw one yesterday, and it was like, fuck, god dang, there's a lot of stuff that's gonna be gone. And they're flooding a lot of this stuff right now. And which, this whole thing now is like, oh, the government has said the dams are failing. Really? Well, that wasn't planned, was it? And as I've said for so long, the dams were set up to use as a weapon on us at some point. And so they're failing, and people are saying, like, these floods are happening, there's not even raining. And then the water goes up so fast, in a half hour it goes 25 feet. And then the rush of a dam, they open this dam up, and it's like, it's crazy. But so many places are going to be gone. And so anyways, that's all happening. The world's going to be changing, and the energy and stuff is changing, and it's making it very much come to the surface, the energy that we've been living in, this Sodom and Gomorrah, and how much do you accept it, and how much, because if there's like such a thick, immoral accent in our world. And so it's, and that's not your soul. That is your soul when it's lost in the dark and feeding off of the dark energy. So it's all coming to the surface so people can see for themselves, because you can't tell them, you gotta show them. So that's what's being done. Hold on. I'm gonna wipe my mouth. Okay, so anyways, but anyways, so the whole thing, watching the show, having all that weird stuff, and then go to this show, and then this giant ass full moon. The sky was so motherfucking crazy. Oh my God. I just can't even believe the sky's over here. It is crazy looking. And then every time I'm trying to point it out to people, and they're just like, oh, even my daughter's like, oh God, we know, like, I see a video about a sky, it's right, because I always talk about the sky. And I have been posting, that's the only videos I've been posting really on TikTok. And TikTok's changing anyways. They're going to have the American TikTok now because China is stealing or manipulating the people through, I don't know, through censorship for sure. Like, man, the stuff you're allowed to say and the stuff you're not allowed to say is crazy. I can't even believe some of the stuff that I hear these people saying, like, death to all the little white girls or something. Like, fuck, dude. There's so much hate. If you hate and you're nasty and stuff, then you're not censored at all. You say anything, about health and logic and spiritual or anything like that, well, they'll take you down. And so, anyways, we're supposed to have an American one. It's September. It's not even supposed to be that we can even be on that one anymore or something. I'm not sure. It could be on all these different things. But it's, so that would be August 1st, but then a few months later, it's going to be like you can't be on it at all or something. And then we're going on this new one that's called M. They got X now instead of Twitter, and then we're having M, whatever that, spell something out. And so, but I have been putting stuff on there because they censor my shit anyways. It's just like, it just irritates me. That, this does too, but, it's, I don't know. I have to have this outlet anyways because I have to ramble in the morning. So they, hold on. I'm not done yet. So, anyways, so we get there, and so the sky's weird, the energy's weird, big giant full moon, and then, the weird thing with the parking, then you go up, and the place is almost empty, and we got there like 5 minutes before the show started, and just went in, got our seats, we're right up close, but you couldn't help but be close because it's practically empty, and so I'm thinking, oh man, I wonder, what kind of mood that would put you in. Like, I wonder what the other shows, is this because it's the late show that it's so empty? Was the early show more? Is it because the price of tickets and people really don't have money? Do people not go out? Is like, the people that used to go see comedy, are they all dead now? Like, I'm like going through all these things, like, what's going on? And like, maybe if you were going all the time, you would see it like going down or something. But it seemed like real abrupt to me. And so, anyways, it's real empty. So the show starts right away. The first guy comes up, and there wasn't any. Usually, when you go to the comedy show, it is like like an MC guy. So there's like a guy who comes up, he does a couple jokes, and then he introduces the first comic. The first comic comes up, and there's like openers. So there's 2 openers usually for the main act, and then they have, so they'll have somebody come up and do a bunch of jokes, and I don't know, they get 15 minutes or a half hour or something. And then the MC comes back and introduces another one, and they come up and they do a bunch of jokes, and then the main one comes on. And so I guess it can end up being like 2 hours or something for the show, but which I think, so it's like maybe 20 minutes, and then the MC guy has like altogether 15 minutes or something. Then the second guy is like a half hour, and then the last guy is like an hour or something. So it usually has like that. There was no, like, the guy just came up and just started telling jokes. I was like, that was weird. And then I think, like, if you're looking out and you see like it's so empty, that's got to be, I don't know, it's got to make you have feelings if you have any. And so there's just like this like awkwardness or something. And so which you know, I'm still running through, like, you know, if, you know, is it this city and that they're like, is every other city filling up and it's just like ours isn't, you know? And so you're thinking, I don't know, it just makes me think about a lot of different things because my brain is just always going all the time. And so I'm always evaluating, analyzing, you know, I can drive my own self crazy. So I'm sure I drive other people crazy because I'm so, I don't know, analytical or something. I'm always like analyzing everything. And so this guy did his thing and it was funny. His name is Mo or something. And it was funny. And there was a lot of, you know, a lot of times when they're up there, they'll get irritated if the audience is heckling or trying to talk. And, but there was more of an interaction or something. It felt like more of an interaction because it wasn't that crowded. And so, he's like talking to people. Like a lot of comics will do that. They'll ask questions and stuff, but it was like, there was a whole nother thing. And so, and there was some drunk girl over there or something who was like, I think she's hollering. I was so because she got made fun of a lot because like they couldn't even understand her. She was like just talking weird and stuff. And then so anyways, and then they were saying like, you know, are you drunk or what's bro? Who brought this girl? So anyways, the whole thing, you know, it's comedy comics and they do that kind of stuff. Like if you're up front, just figure they're gonna say something to you. And they always do, the front people. And so then so then he was wrapping it up, and then somebody comes out from the back and tells him, you gotta do 10 more minutes or 7 more minutes. It was either 10 or 7 or something. Told him, you gotta keep going. So then, and this was right next to me, so I saw, and then I was thinking, okay, well, it seems like it's not starting good. Like, what's he doing back there? Is he on the toilet? What's going on? Like, he's not ready. He needs this guy to do it. And so this guy, it was already past his skit or whatever it's called, his set, his, you know, he comes out with his set, you know, what he talks about, his jokes and stuff. So then he had to kind of just shoot from the hip. And he was like, so he starts talking a lot more with the audience and stuff, trying to stretch out. Even when he stretched it out and went further, then when he called up Marlon, he still took time to come out. I was like, what? And so we're all just sitting there awkwardly. He's standing there awkwardly. We're all just sitting there like waiting and waiting. You know, are you coming? It was really strange. And my daughter and her girlfriend, they had seen the other Wayans, Sean, and they were saying it was really good. It was really funny. But so they have a comparison they were doing. I had seen some of his stuff on, you know, because a lot of times if there's gonna be a comedy show, before I'll go see the person, we go look them up and we'll go listen to them and see, like, well, do we want to go see them? Are they funny? What's their set? You know, what do they talk about and stuff? And so the stuff I had seen, I was like, oh, he's funny. Not Damon, Marlon. And then I was like, oh, that'd be funny. That'd be funny. And then, you know, he's, you know, been a comic for a long fucking time. And so then he, what was I going to say? So the guy, so he comes out and I don't know, it seemed like he was drunk or something on drugs. When we were all talking about it, they were all feeling the same thing. And they're saying like he wasn't barely keeping his eyes open and stuff. He kept having these like lulls where he would be talking and he would just stop, like he's in deep thought or something, just sitting there. It was really weird. But then it was so fucking pervy. It was extreme. Like, it wasn't what I had seen. And then I kept thinking, is this because it's the Late Show? Like, what? And I laughed at a lot of stuff, but it was like, it wouldn't be something I would go pick to go and listen to or watch. And so it was like, and then, there was some really uncomfortable moments, like when he started making jokes about being at a freak out and being at a day party and stuff. And at first it seemed like, oh, is he going to start giving us some truth about it? But he went off about Jamie Foxx and said Jamie Foxx is at the fucking parties. Don't you fucking kid yourself. He stayed at the freakouts. He said he tried to stay at a freakout, but they would never let him. And I don't know. And he went off on this whole thing about wanting to do it with, what's her name? Cassie. And all this stuff has come out, how Cassie was so abused and used and all that stuff. And that he would run gangbangs on her for days. Like she'd have to go for days having these guys just running trains on her for the Sean's entertainment. Which there was also talk about Sean's penis. Like it's, I guess maybe he has other guys do it because he can't satisfy a woman because he's got in court, I guess they said it was a Tootsie Roll. And so he made a whole thing about that, like, which Tootsie Roll are you talking about? And so, but he never went to any of it, but he wanted to, and he wanted a gangbang, and so we did this whole thing about that, which, like, you're talking about abused woman and you want to do all this stuff to her? But there was some funny stuff, like about, running a train and then having to get out all the peroxide and all the clean before you enter. Because like I had talked about a few weeks ago or something about that one girl who has the guys pay to run a train on her. And it's like 2,000 guys sign up. It's like, so you're, number 1799 and you're all good with that, and you don't need, and she doesn't use condoms. It's like, girl, you do know that, these guys, Jesus Christ, our world. Oh my Lord, I can't even believe it. Hold on. Choke. But that is, why we got the AIDS resurfacing. They brought it back in, but the way, it's got to get carried. They could bring it back in and do, but there's a lot of transfer because we live in a Tinder society, and everybody's okay with that. Go on the grinder and make a connection. 5 minutes, that's good. And so they spread it because of this like immoral energy that is going around. And so this lack of self-respect, it's just like get it while it's hot, do it to make yourself feel better. Like it's all this, these priorities are just fucked up. And so that he did a whole bunch of stuff about racist stuff and misogynist kind of perspectives. There was tons of stuff about his gay daughter and gay niece, and his daughter is transitioning, so he's making a lot of jokes about a lot of that stuff. And his niece, she already transitioned, and they were gay ever since they were little kids. And both of those two cousins, his daughter and his niece. And so he did lots of stuff about that. And then the thing with the parties, it wasn't even just the Cassie thing to me. It was like, like there's little kids. They did things to little kids. Like, what? You wish, and then, oh yeah, and then the one girl who was the witch or whatever got kicked off Love Island. He was talking about her and saying, he'd like to do it with her. Well, he's 52 and she's 24. And I don't know if he's married still, but my daughter went and looked it up. He's got a 2-year-old. And so I don't know if maybe he's married. I don't fucking know. Maybe he's a swinger. I don't fucking know. But I always have a weird thing about these old guys that want to do it with little girls. Like, I was a little girl, 24 years. She's not a woman yet. She's a lost little girl. And, so, yeah, like, why? Well, because she's got a fat ass and big fake titties. It's like, well, it's like, fuck, man. People's standards are just so low. Like, God. They don't want to connect on anything deeper. And even if they find a connection, you know, they'd rather go bang it out with some I don't know, it's weird. And so, like I said, it was something like, it wasn't like my humor. Maybe I should have known better or something. Maybe I should have been more familiar with what he was going to, maybe this is his typical routine. I don't know. I mean, I know, like, that there is, that kind of stupid humor in their movies and stuff like that. But I don't know, kind of want white chicks kind of guy or something. I don't know, not just, you know, up there wasted, just talking dirty. And so there was a lot of stuff that was like just inappropriate, but you find yourself laughing at it, and then you're just like, man, this is dark. This is dark. And so anyways, that whole energy, and then it went till midnight. Fuck, man. When we came out and we got in the car, I was like, are you kidding? It's midnight? I was like, yeah. I was thinking maybe our car clock was off. I was like, what? Oh my fucking God, I gotta get up in a few hours. The dogs are gonna be up. I was like, shit. So, yeah, that's what happens every time. And so so then I am driving home, and the sky was just wacky, and it was weird. And because I'm driving down this road, this is the kind of stuff that'll just keep my brain just twisting and twisting. Driving down the road, moon's over here, and then driving down the road, and the moon should be over here by the river. But then I turn, and I'm going down the road to go, you know, towards the river, and all of a sudden, the moon is on the other side of me over here. I'm like, how did it switch over there? And I keep trying to, so my mind keeps trying to go on the road, trying to figure out, okay, so how is it over there? And then it was over here, and then it was back over here. And I'm trying to picture the road, like, am I going on the other side of it? How is this happening? And it is the weirdest fucking thing to me. And there's just so much weird shit. And then one thing too, as I was driving, there kept being black shadows all over the place. I was like, fuck, there is fucking dark energy everywhere. And the sky would look like the merging of different skies and stuff. And I was trying to point it out to them. But when people aren't at that level of the awakening, it's just like, what are you talking about? What? As I said, well, you guys be prepared, the Anunnaki. Like, what's that? I was like, you'll see. So, anyways, the whole thing was just weird. And to get home, it's like I'm battling through the dark energy to get back home and stuff. And it's like, oh, am I carrying it with me? Because that was like, I don't know. It was like a dark darkness to the whole thing. And so, anyways, get home, and I bet there's, you know, more weird stuff happening. Like, there's a guy who I saw a video, and he said it was 80 yesterday, and then he goes outside and he shows, and he said he's in Alabama. He goes outside and it's snowing. So they've got, you know, all these weird weather things. And there's not been any moon thunder over here. I don't know. There's been so many weird storms all over the place. There's been so many floods happening all over the place. Indonesia, Italy, like all over the place. There's these big, huge disasters happening. And let me finish this real quick. I am finishing it up. It's been cold and powdery. So there's all of this weird weather going on, even if it's not like right where you are. There's a whole bunch. There was even floods in Oklahoma, I think. Was it floods? Or up here there is fires, though. You have fires going. And I don't know. To me, if they have to start, and over Mount Rainier, so the one that's right above my kids, and every time I look at the maps, I'm always trying to see like where they are. So the Washington State is cut across. So most of Washington State's gone in the new maps, and which is all of the most Seattle. It's all the rich, tons and tons of. It's very condensed over there, just like the coast of LA, and the coast of Oregon. So all of these coastline over here, and it's a lot of rich people and stuff, and it's all going. And but so I was trying to take notice of, and it's so hard to say. And they're in a valley, and it's right below the earthquake, the volcano. So I'm like, they're going to be evacuated. Like most of the state is going to be evacuated, and then so where they're going to evacuate to is here. There's nowhere else to go, and so that will cause utter chaos here, and that would cause food short. It would cause a mess. So it's not like, oh well, nothing will happen here, everything will happen over there. No, this is going to be, it's going to cause everything to go, it's all going to go to crazy. And in the Mount Rainier has had hundreds of earthquakes under it, so it's fixing to go. And then that will be more of them. And then the tectonic plates underneath, like there's going to be so many shifts. And then in Idaho, they're splitting. That's like right next to us, so it's splitting like the ground underneath us. And I swear to God, I keep feeling it. I keep feeling like this vibration under the ground, like where I can feel it like going through my body and stuff. And so anyways, I just feel like that's all so close. But if Mount Rainier goes and they're in the valley there, then it's going to have to be evacuated. There'll be a lot of people that, I don't know. We'll see how some of the stuff goes. But the worst will be definitely over by Seattle and stuff. Like if you're in Yakima and South Central, because then we still have the Tri-Cities and stuff. And so they're like kind of bound by the Oregon border, but that's got, it's pretty populated. And so it would be, but I don't know, I kind of feel like they may not have any things. Like they would probably get some of the people who would evacuate too. Like, I don't know. But right in the central part, it's mostly farms. But down in Yakima, see, there are farms and farm workers. So it's a migrant city. So it's mostly Mexicans. And they've made their own town. And so, well, it's not like they've made their own town, but if you go there, it's very Mexican city. So I don't know, it was like, probably, I guess it was like the migrants that came, and then more of them came, and it's like a lot of apple orchards and stuff like that. So they're the workers, and then I don't think they're all like illegal, but there's probably a lot of illegal people there. But my one daughter who's there, she's scared shitless of ICE. But she believes a lot of the shit that is said on whatever media that she listens to. And I don't know. I don't think, because both of them are with Mexican guys. And so they both have, my youngest grandkids are both a mix of Mexican and a white person. And so Mexican and white people mix. And so, but my one daughter is really scared. Like she thinks they're going to come, they're going to kidnap him, they're going to put him in alligator Alcatraz. It's like, I don't think that's going to happen. No, you just don't. Yeah, she's mad at me right now because I don't think that's going to happen. And, people want to feed into their fear, and they think that you're an idiot because you don't see what they see. It's like, but you're not seeing what I see. Don't forget that. So, anyways, so that would be a lot of minorities would be killed in this valley if the thing went and blew. And then, so it's, and then, because there's more volcanoes over there, and then the tsunami is, and the tsunami can be caused by the earthquakes or stuff over across, because it's a ring of fire. And so, they can have something happen. I think that when this thing happens over in Japan, is going to be significant to more places. And they're saying that they're on the verge of this huge thing, which, they got out of last night. I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. It's like you could get up in the morning and be doing this stuff, but there's disasters happening all over. And some of us are just going through life. Like, there's crises happening. There's fucking, and then down in Texas, same thing. They're coming in, they're blocking things and stuff, and they're not, there's no government organization coming to help them. But now Donald has showed up on, flown in to come and talk to them and stuff, which this was weird. I tried to show, my mom's very much in this point of, look, she doesn't believe anything. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. That's AI. That's not true. She only believes what is on her thing. And I had seen a video. So this is supposed to be Fox News. And they are saying that there was an army truck going by, and it had a whole bunch of little girls in the back of it. And they have the pictures of girls that are missing. Well, these girls look like these girls. So, I don't know. So, there's a thing, like people, that happened over in Hawaii too, where they said that those people were missing. But and then that one guy in that video, he said that they were going to try and nab these girls. And so that they got rescued. So, I don't know. Everything to me is like, don't get too caught up. There's so many people caught up. Like, mom's like, oh no, that's not true. They really did die. Why would Donald be there, helping him and stuff like that? But anyway, there's no FEMA coming in helping him. There's just piles of debris. People out there looking for their families. They can't find them. There's the smell of death everywhere. There's dead animals everywhere. It's just horrible and tragic. All these things that keep happening. And it keeps showing, that nobody's coming and helping. Nobody's doing anything. But he showed up, to show support or whatever. I'm not sure what all. But anyways, but the organizations that supposedly, that want our donations and stuff, they don't go and do anything. There's no fucking Red Cross. There's nobody coming there and do anything. So, and people are out there just walking around, and they're having to sneak. They're having to climb over things to get in there to look. And they're blocking off access. And so, and I don't know. I just saw ones in Texas talking about it. But anyways, so if they really, but they've done this stuff before. Say, people are killed and they're not really killed. It's like they just want to keep us in trauma. They just want to keep us focused on all the sad shit going on all the time. And that's why you got to just kind of be like, you see the sad shit going on. It's like, well, I don't know for sure if it's really going on. I mean, this is a movie after all. And they make everything up. So who fucking knows if this is really going on? But then a lot of people are like, God, you're so heartless. But it's like, dude, how do we know? And then they've got this big fucking army truck going out with all these little girls in it. It's like right across the news. And so anyways, I don't know. But oh yeah, there was well, I saw this one guy in Africa, and he was talking, I think he was from Africa or in Africa or something, and he was talking about, look at what they have done here in America. He said that they get all these people to be like, once your kid's 18, out. You're legal age, you can vote, it's time to move on. And he said that's not like not like there and stuff. He said that in where they're from, that it is the village is the family and the extended family and stuff. He said, so look at what they're doing. They tell you to, kick your kids out, have them go and move on. And so he said that, so they take a family and then they split it up into all these different houses. And so then all these different people, it's all about the money. Look at all that. You're all paying for homes. They're all paying for electricity. They're all paying for this. And he said, then once they do that, then you got them having to go pay for daycare. You got them having to go pay for this and that. All things that in the village, you wouldn't have to do that because you have your grandparents living with you. And then you have the parents. And then you have the kids. And then it just keeps extending and extending. It's like an extended family, and everybody is supported, and everybody kind of goes in together and pays stuff. And here, yeah, I remember when I was younger, and there started being more, like, where you start being like these other cultures and stuff living around, and there was always a thing of like, some of these people, like, they have 10 or 15 people living in a place. And to us, was like, that's so weird. That's so weird. How do they sleep? What do they do? It's like, well, they don't live like us, and they don't think like us and stuff. And so, but he was saying that that is part of the trapping here, you know, because they, in other places, they rely on each other. They don't have to go have daycare because grandma's at home. And so if you're going to work or going to do something, grandma's there and will watch the kids. And it's just like way more of a functional, like it's way more. But see, they're here to destroy the family. They're here to take it down. And so it's all set up in motion, you know. You know, this set the standard. By the time you're 18, you're an adult. Move on, get out, go pay to go to college. And so it's all emotion for them to gain and for us to struggle. And then they set it in our priorities, so we don't even, like, we'll think like, how strange somebody lives like that. Well, look at how much more productive it is. Look how much more sane it is. Look how much more, you know, where everybody's struggling, like, I can't pay this, I can't pay that. And so many people's parents won't even let them come home and stuff. And people can't manage all this stuff by themselves. Well, when we're all paying together, you know, we get a bigger house, everybody, you know, have more space, everybody pitches in on the work. Nobody is having to just carry it all because people can't do it all. And people are fucking feeling so bad about themselves and overwhelmed and depleted and stuff. So it sets it all up. So anyways, I just thought, you know, how much sense it made when I was listening to him. Another weird thing about in Africa is, so this one guy's videos, he said that somebody told him to go look up about the giants in Kenya. And so he went looked up, and so this guy, so there's people saying that, like, the Nephilim are back. They're already blending it. They're already merging with us. And so this guy, and also he said in Kenya, it's very much about your paperwork. Like, everybody has, like, I don't know, like your paperwork is like your what is that? Your, like, family tree or something. It's your bloodline or something. And so it shows your connection to the, kind of like in Scotland or something with the clans. So you come from certain clans or something. So it seems like it's very significant there, your bloodline. And so everybody kind of knows, everybody, like, you have papers, it's a whole thing, which, you know, we have it different. So, but, but everybody, like, you have to show, you know, you belong or something. So this guy shows up, and he is huge. There was a picture of him next to a girl, getting her picture taken with them, and it was like, he's up here and she's down here. And so he's like not like a whole nother person, but a whole nother one of her, I think, could be in there. So, like, whatever size she is, I don't know, because, see, it's all relevant. But he was huge. But he also had definitely this other kind of bone structure, which in gigantism, they do have, like, a different look. But I think it's more of the gene, like this structure in your DNA. And so it gives them this different look. So he has this different looking kind of bone structure in his face. And so anyways, he shows up in this town and he's barefoot, and there's something about shoes there too. There's something about shoes. But so barefoot, and I don't remember what about his talking or whatever, but he's not from there. Because they're like, he has no papers. He's got nothing, no papers or anything, and no shoes or anything. He didn't know what pizza was, and he watches and mimics other people's behavior. Like, there's a lot of weird stuff about it, which, I know all that stuff is real. I know giants and fairies and all these things are real. And we're gonna go more into a world where we all exist in the same like realm, same reality. And but you also have to be willing to accept people that are different than you, and that's where we're really being pushed in that kind of way to expand. It's like the energy or the universe or the catalyst and stuff is to get you to see the darkness inside of you, and then to change, to reevaluate yourself, like, and then to learn to accept others, and like we should all be allowed to be different and stuff. Like my the one daughter I went with last night, she was like, she wanted to ask me why the files, why Donald is not, he's like, won't release them or something. I was like, well, I have no idea enough. I mean, I'm not going to argue. Like, I feel like this is a setup to an argument. It's like, and it hasn't, like, I don't know what the hell. Wow, I thought you supported him. It's like, because like, the whole thing is like, back in 2020, what I started saying was that the media is lying about him. The blue media is lying, and everybody lost their minds. And, but on a lot of these things, like I've said, he is not going to be just perfect for somebody, because he's a catalyst. He's to get you to look at yourself. And so all the people who are like, oh, he can do no wrong, he's going to do a lot of wrong. And how long are you going to hold on to that ticket? Because he's going to do things wrong to push you into independence, to push you into your own definition of self, not to just hang on him. He's not here to save you. So he's going to do things that are going to take abrupt turns all of a sudden. Like, you think he's doing this, and it's like, boom. And so there's files now, and then I don't even know. He's going to step down if Bondi doesn't step down. I don't know. They got all this drama going, but it's all to show things. It's all to get attention. It's all to bring in drama and to reveal, like this big reveal coming. And so, ooh, yeah, now it's Saturday. The 14th is Monday. Oh, God, please. And so, so anyways, it's not like I'm not, a supporter. I think I see a bigger picture, and I think that he is misinterpreted by a lot of people. And I think he is generally a good person. I don't think he would go around doing things to hurt people. I think he's really a moral person, somebody who's really is more in touch with their Holy Spirit. And so, and then you try and tell people that, and they're like, oh, yeah, well, he's doing this and doing that. Well, is he? Do you know for sure? Or is it your media is telling you this and that? Because the media has got people, like, freaking the fuck out. And in so many ways, I just, instead of arguing and trying to point things out, I just pointed out what you're trying to do. And it's like, why would I know what the hell he's doing? Well, you like it and you support him. It's like, I don't know what the hell he's doing, and it has nothing to do with me. And I have got totally different feelings about the whole thing, about all of it. I said, you want to know what I really think about it? I talk about it every single day online, so you can go and listen to that. But I'm not going to argue about it. So anyways, You know, I want to do other things besides argue about this shit. Like, I don't give a fuck. It's like it's all to turn us in a new direction. It's all to expose the truth. It's all to create drama, to get people away from being robotic and to get them pulled into like the drama so you can take an about face so you can look at shit and be like, what the fuck is going on? So it's good, you know, for people to be paying attention and getting irritated and stuff. So anyways, you know, it was fine. And she was like, because a lot of people, they don't realize like, you know, how this division happens, and you want to blame me for what somebody else is doing. I don't fucking, how's it me? How's it having anything to do with me? Like, I don't know. I don't know what the hell. I think it's absurd. I think it's ridiculous. And the only thing I can come out of it from being that, you know, all of a sudden this list doesn't exist, which on one side they're like, oh, of course he's going to say that it doesn't exist because he's on it. They all think he's the big perv who's friends with Jeffrey. And he had said a long while ago, like, Jeffrey was banned from Mar-a-Lago because he was perving on the girls. So he was banned. He wasn't like, they weren't all chummy, but there was lots of other rich people who, you know, try and get the other rich, you know, they want control of the money. They want control of anybody who's got money. And so, yeah, they're going to keep going after these certain people. So, yeah, you're going to be at some of the same places they are because they're trying to, you know, seep into your life and get something on you so they can hold something over you so you can be a puppet. And so, but Donald could see that, it seems to me. And so he had an awareness of that because probably he listens to his guides and the shit because he is more connected into his soul. He has been that way for a long time. It's not just something he just did. I mean, he used to get up every morning and have him bring him the newspaper so he could go through and find people that were in a crisis so he could send them money. Like I mean, how many rich people do that? Like, you think this guy, he's going to be trying to hurt people? He's been out there trying to help people for fucking decades. So, and he has gone bankrupt and builds himself back up. He's not somebody who lives with money in control of him. It doesn't seem to me, even though they want to market this whole thing of, you know, he's a billionaire and it's all he cares about and stuff like that. Well, that's one media. That's why I said you can't listen to the media and stuff because they're lying. And so, anyways, but my take on it is because everybody's way too focused on the list. And I think that's why he said that at that thing. Like, this is all you want to talk about? Oh, yeah, all this stuff going on, that's all you want to talk about. Because it's way bigger than that. It's way bigger than just Jeffrey. This is still going on and stuff. And I know there's a lot of people with a list. Well, how many people do you think that's going to cover on that list? And I trust that the people on the list are really going down. I mean, he's been after them since 2020 when he wrote it in the executive orders that anybody who's involved in this shit, they lose all their shit. Well, in the big, beautiful bill, the BBB, he also is like, it starts. Like, they've already started it. They've already started taking this stuff. They've already started making arrests and stuff. There keeps being huge arrests and stuff. And so those people are going to lose everything. And he goes back to the people. And so, and that's all been, you know, that was set up a long while ago. So I'm not one of these people who sits there, oh, they're never going to get the consequences. Like, even with this whole thing with the acquittal of the diddler and stuff, it's like, I think that it's some kind of part of this show. It's something to show us. It's something to show the corruption in the judicial or something. But no, I don't even think that's the original guy. I think some of these people were, you know, met their maker a while ago because they're so involved in so much stuff. And then they've got actors out here playing them to play out so that you can see what got them into trouble, because it's all been in the dark. So you have to have it shown. You have to have it play out. And so, and it's like everybody's head was buried in the sand for so long because they were drowning in their own problems. And so this is a part of the awakening, is to pull you out of your own density of illusion and pull you into reality, which is fucking you raw every fucking day, and for you to realize it. And so that's when people start being like, the jobs suck, the rent suck, like all this bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. And people start being like, this is bullshit. And so, yeah, it's always to expose something bigger. It's not like because they're going to get away with it. Like all these people think, oh, yeah, well, he's off. He's getting away with it. It's like, no, he's not. He's not getting away with shit. None of these people are going to get away with shit. And this is it. And it's not just because things are changing. The energy on the planet is changing. You just won't. You just can't. And, and maybe that is also on a sense of, well, if he can get away with it, I can too. Well, then you need to purge out that darkness in you. And so it's bringing the darkness up in all different ways. Like, I can't even believe how, and people aren't just killing their kids in like nice, respectful ways. Like, isn't there just like an easier way? Like, there was one woman who had her little 5-year-old daughter. And see, this is another thing. Like, these could be made up AI stories because they're so horrendous. And there's one after another, after another, after another. And they're all horrific. And this one, her little 5-year-old girl, and she took her someplace out in woods or something, but there was witnesses, so I don't think it was like far out, wherever, like to the park, I don't know what the fuck, and because people heard her little girl begging for her life, and she's like, Mommy, I'll be good, Mommy, I'll be good, and her mom just her throat. Well, that didn't kill her. So then she spent 45 minutes strangling her. I saw a woman, yeah, okay, so this is people who were sitting in a parking lot in front of a shelter to get video of all the people coming in and giving their dogs to the shelters. Just one, just lines of people. But there's one girl who they started watching. You see her. It is so obvious when you can see people that don't care about themselves. Like, you can put on all the stuff you want to, but it's obvious. Like, she's very overweight and very just, I don't know, just, and so she has, those like collapsible hampers, and so they go flat, and I think you can even fold them again, so it goes completely flat, but then you can pop them up, so they pop up, and then you can put clothes and shit in them. So she's carrying one of those, only it's like flat looking, and the people are like, oh my God, she's got a dog in that thing, and she's just banging it around, walking just so fucking, she doesn't give a fuck, and she just is like a fucking tank going through there, just giving a fuck. And which gets me upset, because then they were like, it's a pug. It's like, I've got a special place in my heart for the pugs. And it's like, yeah, they can be a little hyper, but for fuck's sake, man. Yeah, God damn. What this dog is just in there. Oh, man, I just fucking... The lack of compassion in this fucking world. Yeah, you've got problems, so you just pass them on and kick who's ever down. Just kick who's ever next. Just stomp all over them. Is that going to help your problems? I don't think so. So, and we have such a lack of compassion. But this dog is in this flattened thing, and she's just banging it into things, and it's in there moving around, trying to get out and stuff. And it's just like, oh my God, that made me cry. It's just like, you wish you could just go up in this parking lot, give me the fucking dog, get the fuck out of here, you psycho. And but the people are just sitting in the car videotaping all of the fucking nonsense, because it's just disgusting. People just don't give a fuck. Like, that's gonna make all your problems go away. There was one guy who did this whole video, and this is kind of strange, because his neighbor had a dog that he bonded with. So he was hanging out with his dog all the time. He even took this dog on vacations with him. And this dog he hung out with for 3 years, and took him on vacations, walked him 3 times a day and stuff. And then, so then the lady says, well, she's moving. And he's like brokenhearted. He's doing a video, and he's got the dog there, and you can tell the dog loves him. The dog was so human acting. And the guy's all upset, and he's asking people, what do I do? What do I do? And so he tried to talk to her, And she was like, no, fuck off. I'm taking my dog. I do things. I love my dog. And he's like, she doesn't do anything with a dog. She doesn't take him on walks. She didn't do anything. And so, I don't know, it turned into this big fight. He wants to get a lawyer. And then he's doing this other video saying, this one time I was sitting there, her dog's at my house all the time. I'm buying him treats. So I said, she needs to pay for all this stuff. And so then he's saying, do you think I can get a lawyer and go after her for that? What? What in the world? But, there is people who are trying to bond with it. Like, there's people who have these dogs and just put them out on their porch, never let them come in, give them water a couple times a week, give them food every couple days or something. They just don't give a fuck, man. Speaking of dogs, so it's just, there's so much sadness in this fucking realm that we're moving out of. But anyways, on the list, like I said, I think it is, because that is one motherfucking list. How many people do you think could he possibly, like, you think if we arrest these, 100 people, if you can't, you think like, well, I'm going to continue idol worshiping. These celebrities are great. Just tell me which ones. Tell me which politicians I should not like and which, like, tell me who. It's like, work on your fucking discernment. Like, work on you being able to connect inside of yourself and be able to witness, like, no, they're really not a good person. Like, it doesn't make a fuck if they're on that list or not. That's not a good person. That's not a good person. This person's doing bad. This person's doing bad. I'm like, you got to go deeper. Like, what the fuck is this goddamn list at? Like, just give me the list of who I should like and who I shouldn't like, please. It's like, come on. I'm going to continue my idol worship. I just need to know who to worship and who not to. It's like, fuck, dude. Like, I think that's more what it's about. And it's so much bigger than this one motherfucking list, man. There's fucking lots of lists. There's lots of these fucking weirdo people out here. I mean, there's all sorts of there's people who are in charge of your kids, man. Who are educating your kids. Who are running our towns. It's like, it's so much bigger. And I just get the fuck off the goddamn fucking list, man. It's like, it's bigger. And so that's what I think is going on with it. And the acquittal. And so I think that has to do with, to show the corruption. Everything is to expose shit. It's not like, oh yeah, he's just covering his ass. He don't care. He's just building up his thing so he can feed people, Mexicans, to the alligators. It's like, no, it's not. I swear to God, I haven't seen more about the alligator place, but I swear to God, it's going to be filled with pervs. It's not going to be filled with migrants, like people who are just trying to make it in life and trying to work. And no, he even said, like, what the Blue News does not tell, that he's sitting here saying, like, okay, yeah, well, I think so. Like, if people are here and they're working and they want to be here and be a part of our society, then yeah, we should fast track their citizenship. We should figure it out. It's like, yeah. So we shouldn't be bonded and held by the place we were born. We should be able to move around this motherfucking place. We should have freedom of movement, not the fucking control over us all the motherfucking time. And so this is a break on through to the other side shit, man. And so, yeah, these like a relay of obstacles. These are the things that we got to be jumping over. These are the things that are holding us back. And so we got to jump over them, and we got to get in the flow. We got to get in it, man. We can't be sitting back and whining and crying. Where's the motherfucking list? He's a bad guy. What about this? What about that? Look deeper. Look a little deeper. And quit fucking just thinking like, oh, that's the bad guy. We got one bad guy and a list. We'll get rid of those ones. We'll be good. Our motherfucking towns are corrupted by these motherfucking perverts. They're in our fucking schools. They're in our fucking city councils. They're fucking developing our goddamn cities and shit. Like, are you fucking kidding me? So, it's like, this is way bigger. But, and the universe isn't stopping there, man. This is going to go, go, go. And this is an energy changing. And then you got the people who are all panic over, well, the poles are shifting, the sky is changing, the glaciers are melting, the polar ice caps melting, all this stuff, the water's raising, and this, and that. It's like, yeah, we're in a reset. Yeah, this is the way, it happens every 28,000 years or something, or who knows, because time is irrelevant, but the cycles go. There's cycles, and we're in a cycle, and this isn't a real world to begin with. This isn't real. You're not real. This isn't real. It's like, God damn, everybody's so fucking stuck in this fucking unreal bullshit. And it's like, that's what this is all going to kind of wake everybody up. But the universe isn't done. They're going to keep on introducing these energies. It's going to keep going. It's going to get more and more uncomfortable. It's going to get harder to deal with and more insane. And it's just going to get crazier and crazier and crazier, because it's to get you to connect to yourself, to get you to connect to your Holy Spirit, to get you to connect onto the part of you that's not here, because this isn't fucking real. And then when you're caught up in it, just like I said, in like a dream, or when you enter into these other realms and you have these beings, if they can get you to be convinced that they can kill you, then you can die. And so that's what this is. And that's why people die, because they're convinced they will. And so what do? They die. And what is going to happen now? We're going to go into a time where we don't, because they're going to no longer be able to convince us, because we're going to see through the bullshit. That's the change. And the people who can't get there, they won't go into the world where that exists. They'll stay in the one where they can still die, because that's what they believe they have to do. And a lot of them are hooked on, well, you have to die because Jesus is going to save you, and then you're going to go up in heaven and sit with God and sing to him forever. It's like, as long as you believe that, then that's what your world is. Just like I said, like this quantum jumping, leave your broken self and just connect to the self of you that is, has grown. But how did the growth occur if it isn't exist? It's like, so why do you need to connect to something ahead of you if it doesn't exist? If healing doesn't exist, how is there a more advanced part of you? Like, put it like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, what the fuck? How does it make sense? So keep yourself in that loop, just looping around, because that's all I see it as, an energetic loop. Groundhog Day. It's like, you can't connect to something that you're not going. You cannot go from low vibration and go into a high vibration. It's impossible. You can only match your vibration. And yeah, our higher selves are higher vibration, but how are you going to connect to it when you're in low vibration? It's a lifeline. It's not a savior. It's not going to turn you into a saint. You have to do the work. You have to walk the path. You have to get there yourself. You have to take a journey to get to there where you are. You have to go up and meet yourself. It's not like, oh, well, I can recognize I have a higher self, so I'm just going to sit here in my bag ass fucking bullshit, and I'm just going to connect to my higher self and have it pull me out of this. It's like the pull is to know that you're not alone and to give you guidance to get yourself out of it. And so, oh yeah, and another thing too, I forgot to say yesterday, that cat that the girl was talking to, this is one thing where I said that some of these people who go and do this stuff, they have no clue about spiritual, they don't have a lot of clues about a lot of stuff, because she was like talking to the cat, and she was just like, oh, so you were a king in Egypt, you were back in those days of, it was a very spiritual time and stuff, and it was very, I don't know, the pyramids, you went in, you meditated, and it was different. And we're going back more towards this connected time, but there was a time where they were connected more. And then so And then she's like confused. So you lived and you were like a god? Because he refers to himself as a god. I was one of many gods. And what have I said? There's a whole fucking shit ton of gods, motherfuckers. And so he said, I was one of many gods. And so she's asking him, like, well, how are you a cat now? And so he tells, the significance of all the different things. And he's been all things, he's been everything that there is to be. And he said that, she said, well, like, how many lives have you lived? He said, millions. And what have I been saying? What have I been saying? Like, all these people, yeah, I think I probably lived before. Okay. Maybe one time. One time. You have one. Maybe 2 or 3. It's like you've had fucking millions, man. You are not. That is what I always refer back to. It's like, how many dreams since you were a little kid? How many dreams you think you had? Can you count them? That's the same thing of how many lives you've had from the soul's perspective. So yeah, you've had a million. You can focus in to any experience, and you can see the relevance of it. So there's relevance to being the wind. There's relevance to being a tree. There's relevance to being a flower and grass and everything that grows, everything that is alive. There's relevance to the experience and the connection. And you learn from all the different perspectives, all the different things. Teaches you. Your soul is in a state of expansion. Your soul is in a state of growth. It's growing and becoming more through experience and perspective. And so perspective is it's like the ability to see through the lens of the experience, and but you have multiple, and so it's not just, and it's ever changing, and so it's expansive, just like you is the soul, the energy, and the energy on the planet is expansive. It's always growing, it's always moving. And so, yeah, you've had millions of lives, like I've said before. It's not you've had a couple. I always think, like, but see, like, she's sitting here, talking to animals and stuff, and she doesn't really know about reincarnation. She doesn't know a lot of stuff. She's going to them for information. So she's learning through this one way, but there's a lot of other ways. Like, you can go learn through a lot of different things when you go on the path of learning. There's a lot of different ways to learn and to see, and one thing can lead you to another thing, but yeah, you lived tons and tons, and this is and like I've said before, I do not understand this. Like, I believe in the quantum energy and stuff like that, but I don't believe in this thing, what they keep talking about, this just jump from one timeline into another timeline when things are better. It's like, that doesn't make any sense to me, because the whole journey for the soul is the journey. It's the learning, it's the growing, it's the experiencing. And you just want to skip that and then connect to the thing that already did it. But how did it get there then? If it didn't do it, like, what? It doesn't make any sense. And so, anyways, you can see what kind of mood I'm in when I'm tired. It's like, fucking hell. Oh, it's so ridiculous, though. It's like, and I'm no fucking genius. It's like, you just go and look, do research, go and connect to your motherfucking soul, and try and figure out who the fuck are you and what the fuck are you doing here. And then you're gonna have to, cut ties with this reality. It's just facts, man. Otherwise, you're trapped in it. And so, and everything in the universe is trying to do is get you to cut ties. Cut the ties that connects you to, toxic relationships, dysfunctional patterns, the lack mindset that you are this when you're that. And so it's, the universe is here to assist, to wake you up, to take things away from you so you can put it into perspective and set your priorities right and stuff. So everything is happening for you, even though people feel like it's happening to them and it's destroying the world and all that stuff. No, that's not what's happening. Yeah, the world is splitting up, and everybody's going to go where your frequency is. Like, and when you have an awareness of that, then yeah, you're going to work on your frequency because you want to go to the highest point. And so, but you can't just jump over, just jump in and get into, oh, I'm going into my highest self. I'm going to be there. And it's like, well, how are you getting there then? Because you got to get there somehow. Oh, well, I'm just going to jump. I'm just going to quantum leap over there and change timelines real quick because I can see it. So I'm just going to go. Well, how can you see something if it doesn't exist? How did it get there? It's like, so, you gotta take the travel to get there. It's like the flyover. Well, I can go from here to there. I'm just gonna fly over. Well, it's the path. So you gotta take the long route. You gotta get, is how I see it. Like it literally makes no sense to me on some of the stuff that I hear these people say. So, anyways, that's how I look at it. And I've been talking long enough. Like, am I ranting this morning? So let's just look at my hair and see if did it grow overnight? But I do appreciate the fact that it's starting to have little layers coming down. Like, I'm curious, like, is this gonna, maybe it'll, I don't know. It's like I'm growing a new hairstyle here. So it's like, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna envision it the way I want it to grow in. Oh yeah, but if, so I've been seeing a lot more stuff on the money thing. This XRP and stuff. So it's the kind of the things that you want to watch still. In there's something about Dubai and stuff too, with this something with the gold and there's movement towards this stuff that I've been saying about the money thing, and so I'm really hoping on this day that, and we may not see anything on Monday. It may not be anything. It may be, the 21st, and you have to really be paying attention. And but supposedly they already got people going into med beds and stuff, and the money thing is already, and the system's already set up, the quantum system. But see, the quantum is like an energetic, it's like a high frequency energetic to connect into. Like when you go into the med beds, you connect into that, you can get into that vibe. You can change yourself without it's using you to do it. So it's like this connecting into outside of the limitation of what they've told you, flesh and blood, you're this, you're that, you can't do any of this, you can't do any of that. It's changing into the, I'm not flesh and blood. This is an illusion, and I've got more control, and I can see what I want to see. And so you can, every night when you go to bed, instead of focus on like, I'm getting old, I'm getting old, I'm getting old, which, I'm coming up to that yearly anniversary that everybody hangs on, and my mom is very much about it. And lots of people are, I keep having it be, oh, it's almost written. It's like, I don't give a fuck about it because it's a fucking countdown that they've got people on. And and people, it's like you don't understand certain concepts or philosophies unless you're on that vibration. So when you're on certain vibrations, you can be out there talking nonsense to people because they don't get what the fuck you're saying. But to me, it's countdown to keep this aging thing going and get you to count your time. Your time is limited. Your time is, broken down in these increments, and then you have what is that, like a way, like there's a way that you yourself is programmed into the scene certain ages. So you can be, a kid, and then you think like, oh, 60, that's so old. So then you get to be 60 and you're like, oh, now I'm old. So then you just, like, people start sliding into home and be like, well, I'm getting old, why bother, who cares, I'm getting old, and they just give up on themselves. They don't take care of themselves. They don't give a shit. They're getting old, and then the aging catches up with them because they don't care anymore. They don't take care of themselves. So it's a part of the game, and that's why, to me, you got to pull free from that. It's like, I'm not playing this game. This has nothing to do with me. We can stay being 30 or 40 years old if we don't buy into their fucking bullshit of like, oh, well, now I'm 60, now I'm 70, now I'm 80, I'm old, I'm gonna die. It's like, no, you gotta stop with that. It's all you creating it. I mean, it's quite obvious when you look around because everybody's at different levels and it all comes from inside of you. So it's how you see it. And, I mean, there's people who are fucking on walkers and have everything broken on them and they're decrepit by the time they're fucking in their 50s and 60s. It's like, dude, god dang, you could take care of yourself or you can buy into the fucking story. So anyways, that anniversary is coming up, so keep hearing it and hearing it and hearing it. And, so anyways, but on the thing. So if we go for the next, this Monday, nothing, and then the next Monday, nothing. It could be the beginning of August, because in the BBB, it says the beginning of August is a big change. But, on the, this is the FDIC and stuff. These are, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Like, you just have to go and listen to all the different money things if you think like, oh, no way, it's never going to happen, and we're stuck like this. Because that's what I hear all the time. No way, it's not going to happen. Oh, yeah, that'd be nice. It's like, but, but I've said this, so if it piqued your interest, you could start paying attention to this, but nobody does. Nobody does. No. No, that's not real. Yeah, you said that years ago. Yeah, but I've been watching it, and it is going in this direction. Oh, yeah, you'd like to think so. Okay, yeah, well, what I think is going to happen for me, so, that's the thing. You can think whatever's going to happen, and that's what's going to happen for you. But, the universe is going to come in and make some changes, but we'll see how it plays out in the resistance community. We'll see how things continue to play out. So it's going to happen right in front of our faces. And so it's going to be a lot of, I don't think that's going to happen, but it's going to happen. And then it's going to be like, you're going to have to pull yourself to it. You're going to have to align with it. And it's going to be a journey. You're going to have to let go of things. You're going to have to let go of... attack my throat again. You get what I'm saying. I'm on repeat. So you get what I'm saying. But anyways, one thing is there is some kind of growth or something coming out of some of my tattoos, which when I had seen, it's something with the ink is becoming allergic. It's like it's not high vibration or something. So it's got an issue. As you're moving into high vibration, so like you've got these densities, like this ink inside of me that is having a problem with it. And so, someone, I don't know. I think when I go into the med bed, I'm going to come out and I'm not going to have any tattoos. I don't think. I don't know if you can go in and you can just put, well, I really want pictures on me. So you can go in and say, well, I really want pictures on me in the computer, and but it won't be ink or something. And I don't know. But yeah, to me, it seems like the ink is not shifting in the same way or something. It's like it keeps having issues. And it keeps having these like things. And so anyways, I just keep using aloe vera, castor oil, and stuff like that. And castor oil is really significant to your healing. It can do a lot of things. And so if you don't use it yet, you probably should try some. And aloe vera, the plant, is always going to be best. And so I'm just trying to come at it natural. Anybody else has some other ideas over things you can put on your skin to try and heal these rashy things and stuff? And, I just saw a video Amy sent me right before this of a girl who, she said, this is what I'm coughing out. It was so disgusting. She said, I think she maybe put some water on it or something to rehydrate or something. It was like the most brown, big glue slime. It had like stuff in it. Oh my God. oh, sickening. That is all the chemicals and toxins, man. Chemicals and toxins are bad, and they come out through your skin. They're attacking us inside of our bodies. They're giving us the big C, the big P, the everything. And so detox, 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 man. Cleanse, cleanse, cleanse. And then rebuild your mineral stability. You know, you got to purposely be consuming minerals because they've taken them out of everything. And so, anyways, my skin, so this, I swear to God, sometimes it just feels like it's so much flatter, but then all of a sudden it will be like, it will go again. And who knows if it's some kind of chemical or something that causes it. Who knows? Because they give us all these sicknesses, which there's a case now of the plague in Arizona. There's some other, they've got all sorts of things going all over the place, man. The weird fucking story. Oh, God, I swear to God, it's like a scary movie playing out in real time. The girl who killed her boss at McDonald's. Oh my God. Because she was doing these TikToks talking about her boss is so horrible and she's a bully, and this girl was worked up. And it's weird because it's like she's bad energy and she brings all her toxic energy, and she's in bullying, and she's so rude to people all the time at work and all this stuff. And the girl's just ranting, raving. And besides the fact she has this crazy orange hair that just reminds you of like the Joker or something. It's like a total fucking scary movie, I'm telling you. And so she's just on there ranting and raving and having a fit on TikTok. And then she goes and gets a knife, goes back to work, and stabs the lady in the face and kills her. The lady has like 6 kids. She's been working there for 15 years. And then they've got her. She's being held. I think she's being held on no bond. But there's so many horrible, crazy crimes going on. And people are being, I mean, she could be the one that's being held for 15 million because they're seeing ones at these horrible crimes going and, you know, doing their kids in horrific ways. Letting people come in and one woman, her boyfriend or whatever the fuck, and her cousin, her 10-year-old, I think they drugged her like on meth or something. Then everybody got to rape her or something, and then they did, I don't know how much torture, but their way of, you know, deciding that was her, you know, to let her, to do her in was start her on fire. What the fuck? They just got sentenced. So the one guy, the boyfriend, I think it was, got 35 years. The mom only got 12 years. Something like that. And then one of the other guys got 40 years or something. It's like over child abuse and defamation of a body or something, whatever, this fucking shit. Like, but there's a lot of these horrible things going on. So some people are getting held on huge amounts, and some people are just being held. So, anyways, that orange hair girl that did all this, so weird. It's like the Jokers, them doing all these videos and then going, oh, it's the weirdest thing. It's so creepy. There's so many creepy storylines going and playing out. It's just like, oh. And then plus the energy on the planet, like if you're feeling a lot of anxiety, a lot of like, oh man, what the fuck? It's because everything is changing, and there is motherfucking things going everywhere. There's black things going everywhere. Fuck, man. So, anyways, let's just look at this and let's get on with our day. Oh, there you have it. Still healing away, so I just can't wait. I hope my appointment's coming up with this med bag, because that is one thing. It's like all these weird little fucking things. It's like, I just feel like it's going to be like a renewal. It's like a renewal of you. And so, anyways, I feel like the energy, all the signs, everything is, it seems to me that this is, but there's still going to be these things, these big things. There's going to be a lot of things. Like it could still be like the tsunami coming in, and that's going to be, you know, that could be before. Who knows? Is it going to be after? Is it going to be before? But we got a lot of things still going, a lot of things still on the burner. So even if these things start changing on the money, that could very well be, like I said before, it could be to try and start drawing us into safer places by dangling freedom and freedom cities and money motivation and free land and all that kind of stuff. So to try and get us to pull out of some of the more dangerous places, but we'll see. It's all going to play out the way it's going to play out. You know, it's a written story. It's set in stone. Even though, like, it's just constantly, oh well, this just happened. So we've just turned, we've surprised the universe. They weren't expecting this. Okay, well, that's not the universe I come from. So I don't know what your universe is. Like I said, there's a lot of gods out there. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Everything is a big we'll see. But until we do, I would recommend working on you and learning how to love yourself, learning how to love everybody else, and learning how to have the day you want to have, because it's going to matter. So anyways, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.